Thank you for joining me. My name is Gray. I'm going through the book of Psalms. Today we're in chapter 36. So glad you could join me. Let's jump in. Chapter 36 is written by David and broken down more or less into three parts. One is where David talks about the sinful man and talks about how God fits into this. And then in the end is like he's talking about what he prays for God to happen. And I love it because it brings perspective into, especially in the everyday lives that we are living now. We see the things that are happening out there. Then we think, where is God? And this one for sort of like one of those chapters, one of those many chapters in this book that actually bring those things to reality. So let's just jump in. So from verse 1 to verse 4, he's talking about the sinful man. And he says, sin whispers to the wicked deep in their hearts, talking about who they are and what they do. I love that verse 2 that says, in their blind conceit, they cannot see how wicked they really are. And that's really true. For someone who is in sinful or who's in constant sin, for them, it is a normal thing. I'm saying this from experience. Where before I was born again, the things that I used to do, for me, they were normal. There was not something like, oh, I'm going to do wrong. No. And I did spend time just plotting on what next to do. They says they lie awake at night hatching sinful plots. When we think about sinful plots, we're thinking about murdering someone, but there's so many things that we sit and think and do that we think are normal, but before God, they are wrong. And that so David is picturing this person, this sinful person, but within the context of that there are these evil people, these sinful people that we do. He says from verse 5 to 9 it brings in God. He says, but you know what? God is, he talks about how great and grand, not who God is, but his love and his faithfulness, his righteousness is so great, and his justice as well. He says, yes, there is sinful man, but we also have God whose love is as great as, is as high as the clouds. His faithfulness reaches as the clouds, and talks about how he looks upon all of mankind and he feeds them. He says, you feed them from the abundance of your own house, letting them drink from your rivers of delights. This tells me that when we look at sinful man and we look at what's happening, God does see them. So it's not for us to worry or be. Sometimes we think that they're winning, but God sees them and he knows it. And I love the day he sees them and he knows it. And this is David's, I don't think his prayer at the end. He says, pour out your unfailing love on those who love you. Give them justice to those with honest hearts. Don't let them proud trample me or the wicked push me around. And verse 12 says, look, those who do evil have fallen. They are thrown down, never to rise again. We always think that they are winning, but in the end, everyone who does evil will end up the same way. Thrown down, never to rise again. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that when you see yourself in verses 1 to 4 does not mean that this is the end of your world. This is the end of your life. There is always hope through Christ Jesus, who died on the cross for you and me, so that we can take these sinful things and take it out, and he will cleanse us and he will make us new. He says he will give us a new heart. He has given me a new heart. He can give you a new heart. You only need to open up to him and let your sinful nature go. God bless you.